lost on Twitch somehow. Yeah, here we go. So welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to the 12 weeks challenge. A viewer has asked what this challenge is. I just said it, but I will repeat myself. The challenge should train Herr Acker and Jessetheemperor for the Couch Cup. So here we are watching the game of last week's challenge, which was Team Islands. Players had to play on Team Islands, and Herr Acker sent me this recording because he said this game was so amazing, you know, you have to cast this food, please. So begrudgingly I am casting this game. I mean, usually when a new player is sending a rec and saying, ah, this game was so amazing, I mean, you know, it probably was a rather mediocre game, and this newer player is just very excited that he won, because this rarely happens. So when it happens, he thinks the game was amazing. But let's see, maybe Herr Acker is indeed right and the game is amazing, although I am still skeptical. At least I am liking the build order that Herr Acker has been going for here. At least, well, saying that, actually, take that back, he only has one fishing ship. I do not like this build order. He should have gone on wood with more villagers earlier, so he could produce more fishing ships, but he will get a fast fuel age time. That's good, and that is faster than his opponent, I assume, yes, who is still in Dark Age. So Acker is playing against Instinct here. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, just standard team islands, so 2 large islands, and the enemies usually fight on water, because if you have water control, you can land your enemy, and most importantly, you can kill the enemy fish and gather the fish yourself. And there is a lot of fish on this map, lots of snappers and salmons. Yeah, I think only snappers and salmons, so that is of course also Peter Host's favorite fish, and maybe it is found on every water map, although I believe there is also dolphins, possibly, or tuna. And here we have just regular shorefish, not box turtles, that we can find on some other maps. So Herr Acker is advancing to the feudal age, and well, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He has 1 fishing ship only. That's terrible. He should at least have 3, regardless of what strategy you go for. Probably 4 or 5. And he is queuing fire galleys, but only from 1 dock. And he has so much wood, he could build a 2nd and possibly a 3rd dock. He's doing that now. No, that's too late. The 2nd dock should be up by the time you hit the feudal age. And 5 on gold could be enough. Maybe you need 6 if you are going for double docks, fire galleys production. The scout is patrolling the shoreline. That is good, so there's no sneaky landing coming in. Villager production is still running. Very good, very good. Let's. Okay, there's already some fighting. Herr Acker sinking 1 fishing ship of Instinct, but Instinct already has a fire galley out, and Herr Acker has to retreat. Yeah, and Herr Acker could now repair the 2nd fire galley with this villager. Instead he's sending both of them forward, which is not ideal, but he is lucky that his opponent Instinct is only on 1 dock, so there will not be much resistance. I mean, on Team Islands, or generally on these water maps, there is no excuse not to have 2 or 3 docks running if you are not going for some crazy landing, because what else are you going with your resources? Look at Herr Acker. He is producing from 2 docks and he's floating a lot of wood and gold, so he recognizes that and is going for a 3rd dock. Very good. That's what you should do. You could also add some villages on food to eventually get up to the castle age, but maybe it is a bit too early. And what is this? Herr Acker is queuing 2 transport ships. 3. That's excessive, I would say. 1 should be enough. Better produce more fire galleys so you can overwhelm the opponent's water. And look at that, even though Herr Acker has the military lead, his opponent has 2 working fishing ships and Herr Acker only has 1 working fishing ship. So Herr Acker not taking advantage of his lead on water here. He should at least send 1 fire galley and look for the fish of his enemy. Because he only destroyed 1 fishing ship, I believe, and he must know, well, maybe he thinks that their instinct also has only 1 fishing ship, but of course any competent player will have, as I said, 3, 4, 5 or even more fishing ships. Okay, but the first dock of instinct is going down, that's excellent, and with that Herr Acker should win water easily. Now, if you're an instinct choose, yeah, you should go up to the castle age, and that's exactly what instinct is doing. He is not investing anymore on water. Well, he is a little bit. I'm not sure about that. If he can sneak out these fire galleys, maybe he can kill Herr Acker's fish, but of course he doesn't know that Herr Acker... Okay, Herr Acker is adding in fish. That is very good. If you have won the water, as Herr Acker believes he has, then you should add fish to take advantage of that. But meanwhile, yeah, instinct is advancing to the castle age, very good. So I wonder what his strategy is. So probably, so there's 2 options here. He could, or maybe 3 options, but I think 2 good options. And the good options are, as he is losing a single fire galley, that's not good, and he will lose the others as well. Trying to escape, no, trying to fight. Can't fight this. There's such a lead in army numbers from Acker. Acker didn't even lose a single fire galley, so the water is 1 for Acker. Yeah, but the strategy is, if you have lost water and you are faster to castle age, you could go for a landing, sneak a landing, maybe here on this eastern shore, build maybe a stable siege workshop, something like that, and raid the enemy, or maybe even a castle drop, a ballsy castle drop. Do something very aggressive to disrupt the weak land economy of the enemy. Or you build docks somewhere, also maybe here far away, where Acker's ships are currently not, and then you try to retake water with the tech advantage. But of course that only works if you get to the castle edge significantly faster than your enemy, which currently instinct has managed to do, so that's good. And Acker now, very good, going for the fish boom. That's what you should do when you have 1 water. But of course also go to the castle edge so that the enemy cannot overwhelm you with war galleys or fire ships. And yeah, the third option that players sometimes like to do if they have lost water is boom on the land, but I don't think that this can work usually, because the enemy can surround your island with galleys and just deny any expansion, and then you will be slowly suffocated. So let's see what instinct is doing. He is not... okay, he's going for sneaky docks in the side. Very good. Researching war galley. He needs more docks and he needs more villagers on wood. He has 4 on stone. I don't like that. I think he should take them away and go on wood and just go all in galleys if you are going to do that. And Acker now is landing. Okay, so that's interesting. He's staying in the feudal age and his landing instinct here. I think that is a bit too ballsy. Landing with 4 villagers in the fuel age. I would say Acker, well, okay, he's almost, I mean, he can click up now to the castle edge. He has a market and a blacksmith. And should click up now. And he's also swimming around the island with his fire galleys to look for other docks of Instinct. And Instinct now has a big army. That actually could be enough here to destroy Herr Acker's fish, I believe. Let's see how that goes. But he has also scouted, I believe, the landing of Herr Acker. Yes, indeed. So... oh, what is this? Okay, got slightly distracted here. Ooh, that's the fight. And... okay, looks like Instinct won it. But now Herr Acker's reinforcements are coming in and just protecting his fish in time. And if Herr Acker now reaches the castle age, which he... yeah, I think he is researching, yeah. Then it should still be a big lead for Herr Acker. And even just looking at the villager number, we have a 23 villager lead for Herr Acker and a 5 military lead. And yeah, that was the mistake of Instinct here. Instinct should have created more fishing ship, but now he's distracted with the landing. Herr Acker dropping a tower, very nice. And there probably some knights will be coming out, and Instinct will be crushed most likely. I mean, his attempt at coming back on water failed. Herr Acker is now on 4 docks, just creating more and more fire galleys. Could even switch to galleys now to surround and attack from the shoreline. Also, he should search for these docks. He has to know that Instinct must have docks somewhere if he came with these fire ships and fire galleys. Acker not thinking of that, just standing with his army. Okay, well, let's speed up this game a bit, because it is already late and this was just supposed to be a quick video to inform the viewers of the challenge. As one viewer has asked, and as Mao said in inform 1 or educate 1 and punish 100. That's what we're going to do here. Educate all viewers. The knight is in, raiding a lot. Could be killed now by the villagers, but Instinct not thinking about it, building a defensive castle now, trying to stall out the game. But in reality, Instinct should look at the score. He should look at his meager 40 populations, at his dock that is being destroyed, and he should just call the game, really. At this point, there's nothing he can do. He tried to come back on water and it failed, and that's really when you lose the game. And yeah, now he's trying to boom, but it's too late. He is 40s, no, can't calculate now. There is 27 villagers behind, and this lead will probably grow as well as Herr Acker is adding a second to sea. Also, he still has all these fishing ships. Wonder if he went for gill nets. Actually, didn't check if he... I didn't see if he got it. Now going for a siege workshop. And yeah, if he gets a bit more gold, he can even click up to the Imperial Age and just trap Instinct down and win this game. Now galleys are coming in, harassing the shoreline. Siege workshop not being built. Could have also built it even more forward. And stable going down. Okay, so Herr Acker now just creating some skirmishers. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, why go for skirmishers here? The enemy has a single crossbowman, or maybe 3-5 crossbowmen. Just go for knights and end him with this stronger unit. Skirmishers are not good at taking out villagers. Yeah, this castle actually going up because Instinct is massively committing. Herr Acker thought about fighting it, but realized that castle is just too strong. Has to bail. And now suddenly all these ships of Herr Acker, they look a bit silly. 36 ships here, warships at that, and they can't do anything because the enemy has these castles, although Herr Acker now also has a castle. And Herr Acker almost... yeah, now he can click up to Imp. Yes, clicking up to Imp, very good. Then he can trap the enemy down, and now he has knights and skirmishes and organ guns and rams. Look at this army, he has some of everything. But, okay, Instinct actually went up to Imp first, that's interesting, I didn't see that coming. But yeah, still, I mean, Instinct has nothing. It's 60 pop to 150 pop. Yeah, just call it GG Instinct. Maybe when Acker now reaches Imperial... what? Oh yeah, almost reached Imperial Age, then you might call it GG. Light Cav. What is it with these players researching a Light Cav? I mean, maybe Acker wants to raid with Light Cav. Fair enough, but he has enough gold. Just go for Knights and Cavalier. It's so much better than Light Cav. I also noticed Jessetheemperor researching the Light Cav in a game where he was going for Knights, and I'm not sure if these players, if they even know what the Light Cav upgrade does. You know, it does nothing for your Knights, it only upgrades your Scouts. Okay, so Instinct now going for Arbalest, and actually these Arbalests are doing really well against Herr Acker's knights, and he is trapping down Herr Acker's castle. Acker, is he allowing the comeback of Instinct? Well, we have to keep in mind also that Herr Acker is actually, his population is less, his effective population is less than 130, because 36 are just warships that don't do anything anymore. Although they could just sit here now and deny the TC. But still, I mean, the economy for Herr Acker is massive, and if Herr Acker just goes for any good unit now, and even skirmishers would be good at this point, because Instinct has quite some Arbalests, then Herr Acker will win this game. But Herr Acker, what is he doing? I'm not sure. He's going for the Archer armor upgrade and for Knights. That is so weird. That is terrible. He only has one stable as well. I mean, with these resources, why don't you go for Cavalier? Why don't you go for plate barding armor? This throwing away the Knights, terrible plays here from Herr Acker. You have to say it. I mean, yeah, he played well. Overall, he won this game by winning water in Feudal Age, but now this is just sloppy. Still no upgrades for his knights, not even bloodlines. His resources are piling up. He's not doing anything with the resources. Jesus Christ, Herr Acker, just, you know, get some buildings up and build soldiers. Let's speed up this game. I still believe that Herr Acker will eventually win, but it's getting closer than it should be. Still, one castle from Herr Acker is up and he's winning the trap war now, and only one castle left for instinct. Acker's ships is standing. I mean, at this point, really, he should bring them over. They could do quite some damage to instinct here. Now coming in with knights, once again being repelled. Now the now he has skirmishes, and the skirmishes will deal with the arbalest, and with that, surely, instinct, he has to tap out. Yes, that's what he's doing. This game took a bit longer than it should have, but in the end, Herr Acker manages to prevail. Well played to Herr Acker, at least in the beginning. Then, of course, we could see some sloppiness. But that's why we have the challenge. That's why these players are training to get better, to face different situations, different maps, different opponents. All of that will prepare them for the Couch Cup. And I'm very excited to see how they will perform in the Couch Cup. If maybe they even can take a game from the big guys, from Splaybazer, Gummibär, Peter Host, and myself. And of course, another newcomer that doesn't need a challenge anymore because he has become so good. That is Freddy. So it will be a challenge as well to take a game of Freddy for these newer players. Yeah, look at the timeline. I mean, this game was over around here, and then it was just dragging on. Okay, so we have seen Herr Acker play. Now let's end the recording, and at the same time, while I'm casting this, I believe that their vassal is actually playing against Jessetheemperor. So if you want to see more content, go over to Jessetheemperor, check out his stream, and enjoy their show match. See you soon.